Many thanks for joining us. This is news on Galaxy Television broadcasting to viewers here in Nigeria, West Africa and around the globe. My name is Tife Tanimomo. Our top stories. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad, demands records of proceedings in all the suits on which conflicting ex parte orders were given in 7 states. National Agency for the Prohibition of Traffic in Persons (NAPTIP) are on the trail of 13 babies alleged to have been sold and trafficked out of Benue State by Syndicate Group. And when we take you outside Nigeria, Guinea in turmoil as soldiers stage an uprising coup against the government. We'll bring you details of the story soon. A very warm welcome to you once again, and indeed many thanks for joining us. On the news, we begin with judicial matters as the Chief Justice of Nigeria and Chairman National Judicial Council (CJN), Justice Tanko Muhammad, has demanded records of proceedings in all the suits in which conflicting ex parte orders were given. The Chief Justice of Rivers, Kebbi, Cross Rivers, Anambra, Jigawa, and Imo States are to meet with the CJN on Monday, September 6th to answer questions in the controversial conflicting orders delivered in the various states. There are indications that the Chief Judge of Delta State has also been invited to join other 6 Chief Justices to meet with the CJN tomorrow. This may not be connected with the ex parte order which reportedly restrained the governor of Yobe State, Mai Mala Buni, from parading himself as a member of the All Progressives Congress APC National Caretaker Committee. The CJN is also expected to meet with the leadership of the Nigerian Bar Association in the course of the week over the issue. The unprecedented move by the leadership of the judiciary is aimed at resetting the anti-corruption efforts of the CJN and entrenching a new culture of accountability in the judicial system. Now we'll move away from that swiftly. We'll move on to child trafficking matters as the National Agency for Prohibition of Traffic and in Persons (NAPTIP) are on the trail of 13 babies alleged to have been sold and trafficked out by Benue State Syndicate Group, who specializes in baby factory and child trafficking. The zonal commander of the agency in Benue State, Gloria Bay, says 3 babies were rescued while 2 suspects have been arrested and are in custody, stating that search have been intensified to bring others to book and recover the babies, some of them allegedly sold at cost of 100,000 naira. The zonal commander maintains that this effort is not without the support of the Director General of the agency, Senator Bashir Mohammed, who is ensuring that this act of inhumanity, which is also another dimension of human trafficking, is fast becoming worrisome in Benue State and other parts of the country, is put to an end soon.
We've had issues, cases coming to us that involve young girls who have had pregnancies from wedlock. Some don't even know who got them pregnant, and traffickers have started using that opportunity, preying on the vulnerability of these young girls, because these young girls are vulnerable. They don't know what most of them are doing. Some are even driven away from home. The traffickers now are using that avenue to deceive these young girls, take them somewhere, make them have the babies, and sell the babies.
The Benue Zonal Agency, which comprises Nasarawa, Kogi, and Benue States, are working with other security agencies and intelligence sharing, cautioned parents and caregivers to monitor and watch over their pregnant, unmarried daughters from being lured and preyed on to sell their babies to traffickers who often come as helpers.
Yeah, as soon as the courts are back from recess, yes. As soon as the courts are, because we've been able to gather all the intelligence we can gather, and we're ready to go to court. At NAPTIP, we believe that prevention is better than cure. And Benue State in particular has become a hub for people coming from the east to come and buy babies. And most of these syndicates that are from Benue here are working with some other perpetrators from the east.
Now let's track security matters, as bandits have reportedly kidnapped the wife and 2 children of the lawmaker representing Bakori constituency in the Katsina State House of Assembly, Dr. Ibrahim Kurami. The bandits, according to a resident, stormed the country house of the lawmaker located in Kurami village in Bakori local government area of the state at about 9 p.m. on Saturday after the Muslim night prayers. The resident, who pleaded anonymity, explained that on arrival, the hoodlums first shot at a member of the First Aid Group of Islam who they met at the entrance. The victim, who sustained injuries from the gunshots, was later rushed to a medical facility for treatment. At the time of the incident, the lawmaker was away participating in the All Progressives Congress APC local government congresses in his council. The senior security agency agent in the state told newsmen that rescue operations for the abducted victims are ongoing, as operatives have been mobilized to the scene of the incident and the council environs. We'll stay with security matters for a while, as a former member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Joseph Akinlaja, has described the rising cases of kidnapping in schools in the northern part of Nigeria as a bad omen for the education system. Former General Secretary of Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, Joseph Akinlaja, has expressed concern over a high rate of kidnapping and killings in schools in the northern part of the country. Also, the guest speaker at the event, Larry Olu Adeyemi, said the establishment of peace clubs in various schools was another way of catching them young. Olu Adeyemi said it would help to inculcate peaceful lifestyle in the children and ultimately promote peace in society. The national speaker, Shoaib Sani, said the security challenges facing the country, especially in the northern part of the country, is very unfortunate. And I'll move on to health-related matters. The Nigerian Health Ministry has suggested imposing higher taxes on alcoholic beverages and tobacco can serve as a key source of funding for health care. Minister of Health, State and for Health, Olorimbe Mamori, made the submission while speaking to newsmen in Abuja at the silence of a quarterly meeting of the State Commissioners of Health Forum held at the close of this week.
There is need for dialogue, there is need for patience, and in the overall interest of the oath that we all took as doctors on graduation, which is primarily that your patient shall be your first concern.
The minister urged doctors to end their industrial action that has now lasted over a month, reminding them to abide by the ethical code of the medical profession, which entails saving lives.
So that's why we need to find ways of increasing the funding in the health sector. So what do? We look at what some people refer to as sin task, sin task. But that's what is referred to as pro-health. Sin, because some of the things like alcohol, we know that alcohol does a lot of damage to the human body. We know that cigarettes, smoking, tobacco, all these substances, they do a lot of damage to the health sector.
And now, joining us on the news live from Benue State is Barrister Justin Bagir, an activist and chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA Makurdi branch, also executive director, Justice Rights Initiative, an NGO based in Makurdi, Benue State. It is a pleasure to have you, Barrister. Many thanks for joining us on the news.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Barrister, to begin with, what is the current human rights situation of Nigeria as of today since the EndSARS protests?
Well, thank you very much. The primary purpose of government is to secure lives and property of the citizens. That is why government exists in the first instance. It requires the government to ensure that citizens are secured, they live in peace and harmony. And that is why there is also an establishment of security institutions like the police, the army, the DSS, and the rest of them, who are supposed to police the society to ensure that the citizens are protected, both the powerful and the vulnerable in the society are protected. Amazingly, the institutions that are empowered to ensure the protections of the citizens are the ones that are at the forefront of infringing on the human rights of the citizens. And that is what led to the issue of the EndSARS protest in the first instance last year. Because the special unit of the police that was created to combat armed robbery in the society to ensure that the citizens are protected resulted to using a lot of violence against innocent citizens, thereby resulting to infraction on the human rights of the citizens. And that is what led to the EndSARS protest. The police are not the only institutions that are engaged in human rights infractions. We have the army, the EFCC, the ICPC, and the rest of them that are engaged in these practices. So by and large, the human rights infraction from personal individuals from the society infringing on the rights of the citizens are minimal when compared to infringements by security agencies. Like on the 8th of June this year, where as the chairman of NBA Makurdi branch, I was even assaulted by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission operatives here in Benue State at their zonal office here in Makurdi on no just cause. And they turned around to say that I led talks to go and release somebody in their custody, when I was actually in the presence of the Attorney General of the state, the Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary of the state, the Director of Public Prosecution of the state, and one of the aides to the governor and former branch chairman of NBA, the state, among other lawyers. So gradually we are having a society where the security operatives who are supposed to protect the citizens are in the forefront of infringing on their rights. So it's a very serious, unfortunate situation. All right. And of course, when we also approach the court, which is supposed to be the last hope of the common man, at times we also meet a lot of rigorous legal process, and then we end up also getting very insulting damages from the court. So it is high time that both the court and the security operatives know that human rights of the citizens are sacrosanct, they need to be protected, and all would need to be done to ensure that the human rights of the citizens are protected in this country. Because that is what makes us different from any other living things on this earth.
All right, Barrister, I understand your approach to this subject matter, but as a right activist and chairman of NBA Makurdi branch, would you say the security agencies in Nigeria are beginning to improve on their approach to human rights as it may, because we have different opinions of people on different occasions saying different things concerning how their rights have been violated on different accounts. So let's just leave all those scenarios for now. Would you, on a general view, say there have been a level of improvement coming into the respect for human rights?
Well, as a person, I would say that there is no improvement in as much as I've not done a research based on what has existed and what is the current status quo for me to categorically say there is an improvement. But day in, day out, we continue to hear cases of human rights abuses. And of course, in the society in Nigeria, as we are facing a lot of security challenges, it is also possible that issues of human rights abuses will also continue to increase in a situation like this. Being that as it may, on a general note, I think on my own personal observation, and I think the issue of human rights abuses has continued to be on the increase instead of decreasing, because from the police, from the army, from the EFCC and the rest of the security operatives continuously, like a few weeks ago, there was a case of EFCC invading a hotel in Lagos, where they were going from one room to another, where some people were caught naked and their privacy invaded. When you begin to hear of such cases, then you are left with no other option to conclude that the issue of human rights abuses are rather on the increase than decreasing.
Okay. I think this is a good place to anchor our conversations. Barrister Justin Gbagir, activist and chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association. We understand that, in summary, what you're saying is that it can only get better from here. Many thanks for joining us on the news at this moment.
Thank you very much.
That was NBA chairman Makurdi Branch, Mr. Gbagir, Barrister Gbagir. Now we'll go on to a quick break. When we return, the Local Government Congress Committee of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in Oyo State expresses satisfaction with the outcome of Saturday's just concluded exercise conducted in all 30